Long ago, in the bustling city of Newford, there lived a young inventor named Logan. From a very young age, Logan had been fascinated by machines, gears, and the endless possibilities of invention. His small workshop, tucked away in a quiet street, was always cluttered with half-built devices, scattered blueprints, and sketches of fantastical creations that seemed almost impossible to make real. Villagers admired his creativity and often peeked in to watch him work. Yet Logan was never satisfied. He dreamed of creating a machine that could change lives, a device that could simplify work, assist farmers, improve transportation, and even make daily life easier for the people of Newford. For months, he worked tirelessly, experimenting with new materials, testing gears, wiring circuits, and combining elements in ways no one else dared to try. His hands would ache from tightening screws, his eyes strained from long hours of sketching, and his mind spun with endless calculations and possibilities. But no matter how hard he tried, every attempt ended in failure. Machines broke down, gears jammed, motors overheated, and sometimes sparks flew dangerously, damaging parts of the workshop. At times, devices that had shown promise refused to move at all, leaving Logan staring at the inert contraptions with a growing sense of despair. Each failed attempt weighed heavily on Logan, and as days turned into weeks and weeks into months, the young inventor began to doubt himself. He overheard the whispers of the villagers. "He's talented, but he can't finish anything. He'll never succeed." Their words stung like cold needles in his chest, and doubt crept into his heart. Maybe they're right, Logan thought. Maybe I'm not meant to invent anything important. Perhaps all these sleepless nights and wasted efforts will never amount to anything. One evening, after yet another prototype exploded in his workshop, scattering broken wires, shattered cogs, and burned components across the floor, Logan collapsed into a chair, exhausted, frustrated, and almost defeated. Smoke still lingered in the air, the faint smell of burnt metal mixed with oil, and he stared blankly at the mess around him, thinking about giving up entirely. That's when his old mentor, Samuel, a retired engineer who had once created remarkable inventions himself, quietly entered the workshop. Samuel had traveled the world, built machines that changed entire communities, and had become known not only for his inventions, but also for his wisdom. He had always taken a special interest in Logan, seeing the young man's curiosity and relentless drive. Samuel looked around at the chaos in the workshop, then at Logan, and spoke gently. "Logan, I see your frustration. You've failed again. But I also see something you do not. You are learning faster than anyone realizes." Logan shook his head, disbelief evident in his eyes. "Learning? All I see are broken machines, wasted materials, and disappointment. How is this helping me?" Samuel smiled and picked up a small, shattered gear from the floor. "Look at this. You think it's useless, don't you?" Logan nodded. "Every failure teaches you something," Samuel continued. "This gear broke because it was too brittle. That motor overheated because you didn't allow enough airflow. That lever bent because the weight distribution was off. Each failure is a lesson in disguise. You cannot invent without failing, and you cannot succeed without learning from those failures. Your mistakes are not the end. They are stepping stones to something greater." Logan listened carefully. He realized Samuel was right. His failures weren't proof of his inability. They were proof of his effort, his persistence, and his courage to try. That night, Logan lay awake, reflecting on the words of his mentor. He realized that all the sparks, all the broken parts, all the ruined prototypes were not enemies, but teachers, guiding him toward improvement. The next day, Logan returned to his workshop with a renewed mindset. He rolled up his sleeves, cleaned the floor of debris, and examined each broken machine. He meticulously analyzed every failed experiment, recording in a journal exactly what went wrong and what he could change. Slowly, over weeks, he adjusted the materials, redesigned gears, and tested each mechanism with patience and care. Each small success, even something as simple as a gear turning smoothly, felt like a victory. Months passed, and Logan's persistence began to show results. His invention started to work for longer periods without breaking. He refined the designs, combining lessons from each previous failure, until one morning, after countless sleepless nights and endless trial and error, he unveiled a new machine that worked flawlessly. It transported goods efficiently, helped farmers save time, and simplified daily tasks in ways the villagers had never imagined. People marveled at the invention, calling it a miracle of ingenuity and persistence. But Logan knew the truth. It wasn't luck, it wasn't raw talent alone. It was his ability to turn every failure into a lesson, and every setback into an advantage. The story of Logan teaches us a truth we all often forget. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a crucial part of the journey. Every mistake, every setback, every broken attempt carries a hidden lesson that can guide you toward improvement. By embracing failure, analyzing it, learning from it, and adjusting your approach, you transform each disappointment into your greatest advantage. In this story, we learned that true success comes not from avoiding failure, but from using it wisely, seeing every obstacle as a teacher, and letting persistence, patience, and insight guide your steps. Logan's journey reminds us that courage is not the absence of mistakes, but the strength to continue, the wisdom to learn, and the vision to turn challenges into stepping stones toward greatness.
If this story inspired you, subscribe to Wisdom Life to uncover more life-changing lessons. Don't forget to like, comment, and share so others can grow too.